Hello, my name is Swiss Bianco. I'm here in Blairsville, and this video is about the latest addition to Blairsville, the Sheridan tank. It's a bit noisy here with all the traffic because that is on the main intersection here. Plus it's a bit windy, but bear with me. They just did mount that tank here. So what we have is a M551 Sheridan Armored Reconnaissance Airborne Assault Vehicle tank. It's named after General Philip Sheridan of the American Civil War. What we have is a 152mm gun launcher, which did fire conventional ammunition, and also the MGM-51 Shillelagh guided anti-tank missile. The Shillelagh name is after the famous Irish walking stick or club. So that has a unique history by itself. It was used from 1967 on, especially Vietnam, Europe, and later on in South Korea, as best as I see. It was retired in 1996 after the Gulf War, and they used those tanks for training then basically just inside USA. Many also got unfortunately dropped as a barrier by reefs and all that, so they got dropped into the water. General Motors did make them, and there were 1,662 Sheridans made between 1966 and November 1970. I was born in April 1970. So my thanks goes to all the people that made that possible, that we finally have a tank here in Blairsville, and that did work out. It took over 10 to 12 years to get it here, and I was not aware of that such a thing gonna happen, but I saw it on Facebook, and since nobody yet did make a video about it, I did think I should do that too, because I would have go and see that tank anyway. So about the area here, as I switch on the camera, we see the location. This is the main intersection there. Towards the left it goes towards Murphy, straight ahead, Young Harris, and you see basically it's on the opposite side of the Longhorn Steakhouse, on the main road that goes over to Blue Ridge and LJ to our Blairsville Walmart. So as you enter the town, you can already see it. We also have some flags and other decoration here, so it's really easy to see and to find where the tank Sheridan is located. Now for the last part of the video, we just go around the tank. The tank got delivered from the military in this condition here, so the cannon is deactivated, the hatch is welded, and the engine is removed, so it's basically just a display for now at least. And the plan is, as best as I see, is to remodel it, the outside of it, so that it gets in a tip-top shape, and quite likely in a camouflage color as well, and not that light tan brown color that it has right now. So I'm gonna take the camera off, and then we have a better look around it. So they made a nice concrete part. We see the item is of course used. It had quite some use all over the lifetime. We see there in the middle the main cannon. The rifling would be still good for the Shillelagh ammunition, and the hole on the right side there would have been fitted with a M73 machine gun in a 7.62 NATO. I had one of those in Switzerland back then. It's a rare gun that unfortunately did not work 100%. by the special system that they have used. And we see on the side there, left and right side, we have quite some dispersing things for fog and for the screen. On top we have the original mounting too. Then the lights are still good. Here we have two missing mirrors. Those are replaceable, so it should be possible that you get spare parts that we could put those in, because those often get shot at, and they are replaceable relatively easy. On the side we have the optics quite likely there for aiming. On this side there, some more for the smoke screen and some light. And of course it has quite some rust in certain spots, like here. That part here is also folding. The item can swim with some preparation. It's a rather light tank. It was also used with for airdrop landings with parachutes and all that. You see that all online if you research it. I'm not a 100% expert on these things, but there is plenty of information. So of course we have a bit rust on the tracks and some damage on the rubber parts there. That is by the age and all that. But we also see that is a bit more interesting parts like here, where that got shot at and patched up. I'm not 100% sure yet about this vehicle here, if it was in Vietnam War or not, but it had for sure some use on it, and where you see that. But it's surprisingly in a pretty good condition, especially under there. They cleaned it out relatively well. The top, of course, with the rain and all that gets more rust, but I'm sure it's gonna finish up nicely, and once it's done I'm gonna make a video about it for sure again too. There we have a bit damage. We see on the left side on the tank top there, that is straight in the middle too, but on the right side it's a bit bended, so that needs a bit reworking too. And here in town we have the Madois metalwork, really great people. They could do that fast and easy if needed. Then on the back side, the engine part is right there. We see the slots and all that. Some more light. We have the hooking part on the bottom there, where they dragged it up. It was quite an ordeal to put it up. Unfortunately I did not know about it, otherwise I would have made a video on how they mount it as well. But yeah, that is how that is. So yeah, all in all, it for sure has some work to be done on it to look like exhibition grade as they wanted to do that. But all in all, for sure it's doable, and it's gonna look great. Somehow I was in the impression as a light tank it would be a bit more like a 1/13 size, but yeah, that thing is relatively big and bulky and all that. And yeah, I'm really happy that we have that in Blairsville, and thanks again to everyone that did help over the years to make that possible. So that much about the first video about Sheridan, the Sheridan tank here in Blairsville, North Georgia.